Alam niyo, kinilig ako. Si Wushik talaga. As in, watching this, ang thoughts ko talaga, oh my God, I'm so in love with this man. Parang he's a good kisser, no? Every time nagmamamal sila ni Boyong, parang, and it's usually like, it's either against the wall or patago or alam mo naman, hilig natin. Baka ko lang, hilig ko yung mga ganyan.
Grabe pa rin yung kilig ko dun sa yung nagyoyosi si Boyong, tas siya yung dumakma eh. Kasi matangkad si Wushik, galit si Boyong
diba?
Diba? Tapos ako, I'm used to seeing things like that. Matagal pa yan bago nila aaksyonan, ganon. Pero dahil 10 episodes lang siya, inaksyonan nila kagad. Okay.
Maganda din kasi how they edited it eh. Kasi there was a kiss and then in the next episode na lang nila pinasok yung montage na alam mo yun, magka-shooting shota na pala sila. I mean, gets my... They would follow, Wushik would follow her.
Shooting shota, yung term. Ganda.
Yung mga taga-pelikula. 1, 2, sarang!
Hey! Annyeong! This is Monica.
What's up, everyone? This is Trency.
Hello, my name is Pia and we are One to Sarang. So, sa ating mga Sarang base, pati na rin sa'yo, Trency, Monica, nag-ghost na ba kayo?
Oh my God, let's not talk about this, Charat. Gusto ba umiyak ako ngayon?
Oo.
Bakit di text?
Kwento pala to ni Trency eh.
Wow, malinis si Monica, hindi nag-ghost.
Hindi ako nag-ghost. Kasi sinabihan ako na it's over. Char! Hindi ako nag-ghost.
In fairness, never.
Hindi mo na-experience ang
ako ata yun ng ghost, actually.
Wow!
Char.
Ay, wow! Sino ginost mo?
Yan ang
wow!
Feeling ko lang.
Kung sino
nag-assume lang ako as an asumera.
Message kami.
Dapat pag nag-ghost ka, may intention ka of ghosting.
I guess hindi ako ng ghost pala.
Definition of ghost. Oo.
I guess I just let them on.
Sino to? Ito ba yung...
Ito ba yung
excuse me,
mo sa...
Ang attention kay Trency, siya yung nag-ghost, diba? Bakit ko na naman to?
Oo. Ano naman ako, as a ghoster at ghosty. Yes.
So both sides.
But I mean, I think, kasi I mean, when you're like out dating, alam mo yun, parang, pag, you're meeting people, parang, sometimes pag kuya, it's not even like a deep connection or something, parang, like you went out a couple of times, ganun, parang sometimes you don't kind of feel the need to say it don't work. And and you also kind of feel naman na may mutual awareness doon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a shared ghosting. Alam mo yun?
Shared ghosting?
Shared ghosting.
Okay.
By
ghosting. I don't know. Dual ghosting.
Buy one, take two ghosting. Ano? Buy one, take one ghosting.
Pero parang, nag-ghost na po ako. At, di bali na, pareho na naman kaming kasal at nalagay sa tahimik. So, pareho kami lahat.
Teka lang, oo nga. Mas malala pala ang kwento ni Pia.
Hello.
Correct.
Hello sa yung nang-ghost sa akin. Pero, the thing is, parang sa mga nag-ghost or nag-ghost right now, alam niyo kung anong tip? Yung talagang magkaroon lang kayo ng moment na talagang magbabay kayo sa kanya na hindi mo kailangan sabihin dun sa tao. As in ako, nag-ritual ako nung nasa may dagat ako, nag-ritual ako na, ayoko na sa'yo, goodbye. Aba, pag uwi ko, nag-text. Something may ganun daw pala yun na parang nafe-feel yata nung person na kapag kinat mo na yung ties. So parang bigla silang, hi, shit, nawala siya. Parang may ganun daw yun. Tip lang. I don't know kung yun din ba ang nangyari sa pag-uusapan naming K-drama ngayon. Because in this episode, we are gonna be talking about Mellow Movie, ang ghoster ng taon, ang ating lead, ang ating male lead. Si Choi Woo-shik as Ko-gyum, ang ating cast. Siya ay nasa Our Beloved Summer and A Killer Paradox. Both we've already reviewed here in our podcast. Do check those episodes out kung fan din kayo ni Woo-shik. And we also have Park Bo-young as Kim Moo-bi. also known as, sobrang ko dun sa translation na yon, yung sinabi ni Choi Woo-shik, movie Tapos yung translation, movie pie.
Movie pie? Movie pie? As in movie pie? As in pizza pie? Ganon?
Oh.
Parang
Because
sweetie
that's
pie,
how-
pero
sweetie pie.
Oo,
movie pie.
diba?
movie pie,
Oh
ganon.
my God.
Ang
I
hirap din
dare.
yata kasing i-translate ng
Oo.
movie kasi diba parang mas malambing, mas sweet na kayo. So, movie pie.
Correct.
Movie pie.
Sino i-dare mo?
And I dare lahat ng mga listeners natin, mga Sarang Base na may jowa, na tawagin nyo yung jowa nyo na their name plus pie.
Plus pie.
Oo. Anong reaction?
Crunchy pie. Monica
Oo,
pie.
pie. Oo.
Ang bakit naman sa akin, Pia pie.
Pia
Anyway.
pie.
Pia
Ano
pie.
kung pangalawa pie? Pie pie.
Pie pie. Oh, si
Oo.
Cherry Pie. Pikache.
Cherry pie.
Hello
Cherry
po,
pie pie.
Miss Pie.
Oo.
So, si Park Bo-young was also in Daily Dose of Sunshine, which we also reviewed. Ah, my gosh, one of my favorite K-dramas of last year. And it also won a lot, diba? Last year, 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yun.
Last-
And she was
last
also
year.
in
Oo.
last year. She was also in
Yeah.
Strong Woman Do Bong-soon. And isa sa mga favorite namin ni Trency, Unexpected Business. Lagi siyang pumupunta doon. Sobrang
Yes.
favorite. Love
Uh-huh.
it. Okay, so synopsis. What is this all about? It is a story about the dreams and love of young people who also carry wounds and trauma. A movie buff becomes a film critic after working as a bit character in a movie. He loves movies so much that his goal is to watch all the movies made in the world. He meets Kim Moo-bi, who works in the movie industry due to her love and hatred for her father, who she thinks loves movies more than her. They ignite a romance that fizzles out too soon. And then they meet again. Chong, chong, chong. Dami kong pinagsama-samang mga translation and mga summaries for this. Thank you,
Oo.
Netflix, Asian Wiki, and My Heart.
Wow!
My
Myheart.com? Or your heart? PS Heart.
.com.
Oo.
Akin. Yung sa
okay.
nararamdaman ko ngayong
Okay.
araw na ito. And I also want to point out as well, kasi na yung OST nito, yung Surfing in the Moonlight, was sang by TXT's Kang Tae-yoon and Yuning Kai. Sobrang love na love ko kasi medyo accidental, I think, yung pagka-reveal ni Taeyeon nito. If you have seen that episode of Young G na year-end party siya with TXT, tapos may Twice. And then dumating si Boyong. At yun yung parang hindi invited si Bomgyu, pero dumating siya. Ganun
Correct.
yung crush.
Kasi fan siya si Boyong eh.
Crush, love,
Oh,
lahat
crush. Yeah.
kakaibang Bomgyu ang nakita natin sa episode na yun. Nakakatawa siya. But yeah, parang Kang Taeyeon, si Taeyeon like just very casually said na, I sang the soundtrack for your K-drama. So I was so excited to hear it.
Mm-mm.
And ang ganda, ewan ko, natuwa ako sa version nila. Cute.
Oh, cute.
So,
Mm-mm.
yan. So, yan ang pag-uusapan natin. Meron, before we get into the questions, meron lang ako isang thing na actually has been, di man bothering, but I noticed about Koreans, they always say mellow when they mean more of like romance. Kasi parang di ba yung
Romance,
title
yeah.
nito, mellow movie. Tapos parang pag
Mm,
sinasabi nila doon sa movie na, sa K-drama na mellow, di ba romance yung lumalabas na translation, ganon. And even like, sa iba, basta pag sabihin ng mellow, romance lagi yung lumalabas. So I just got a little bit curious. So I dug into it a little bit. Kasi for us non-Koreans, when you say mellow, naisip natin melodrama. So yung mga more of mas makjang. Apparently, for Koreans, it means romance, and according to Wikipedia, 50 to 70% of films produced in Korea are classified as melodramas. And they typically portray, well, aside from the romance factor, it also looks at the neglected corners of society and exaggerated feelings and circumstances that work to arouse empathy in the viewer. So, may ganun talaga siyang factor. Like, yes, there's romance, pero hindi siya romance na kilig-kilig lang. There's like all of these deeper things, which I guess we all saw in Mellow movie.
Interesting.
So, melodrama pa rin siya.
Yes,
Kumbaga,
but
dramatic. Oo.
yes. Pero bakit tinatranslate ng romance? 'Di ba? Parang yun yung confusing sa
Bakit
akin kasi
romance lang?
'di ba? Parang even if like sa mga K-variety, ano to, mellow to mellow. And then makikita mo naglalandian yung dalawa o nagsushoot sila ng mellow doon. bakit mellow pero romance? But it's not rom-com. It's just romance. I guess romance in the sense na di ba pag romance, parang if you look at the etymology of romance, hindi lang naman siya heart, di ba? It's really feelings. Di ba? Hindi naman siya all
Yeah.
Baka yun yung ibig
And
sabihin.
usually din naman pag romantic movies na hindi rom-com.
Yeah.
Maraming iyakan. Alam mo yun? Kumbaga,
correct.
it kind of deals with pain, a little bit more in the pain. I mean, as compared to comedy, no? So, kaya, melodramatic talaga siya. Alam mo yun?
I guess, parang hindi lang ako personally nako-connect kagad pag sinabing melodramatic romance. Parang yun yung, I guess, the connection na. But it makes sense because romance, love, makes you feel all kinds of emotions. So, may tama sila doon. May tama sila.
Yeah. And it was explained in the movie, di ba? Parang kaya din niya gusto ng a little bit. Romance. Kaya gusto niyang gumawa ng mellow movie kasi it's all the emotions that comes with love. And it makes you feel good. Parang meron lang siyang pahilat na gano'n. Love makes you feel good. Kaya yun yung prefer niya.
Gosh, this K-drama was dropped on February 14, Hearts Day. What do you know? And all episodes were all dropped that same day. At hinabol namin para makapaggawa kami ng episode just for you guys and of all the Sarang Base na nakanood din sa K-drama na to. So may mga questions ako, may isang light, may isang a little bit heavier, and then finally another question that is taking from one of the things that personally really struck me and the thing that I really appreciated about this K-drama. So, umpisahan na natin on the lighter side of things. Kinilig ba kayo? Natawa ba kayo? Ano yung mga standout kilig and happy moments for you?
Alam nyo, kinilig ako. And I think ang highlight ko talaga sa pelikula, mellow movie kasi, ang highlight ko sa drama na to, si Woo-shik talaga. As in, watching this, ang thoughts ko talaga, oh my God, I'm so in love with this man. Like, he's such a charmer. And somehow, I've seen him cry already. And in Our Beloved Summer, di ba, umiyak na siya. Pero ito, mas marami siyang iyak. Pero parang iba yung iyak niya. I don't know, parang somehow, nasusurprise pa rin ako na, uy, ibang Woo-shik ang nakita natin dito. Parang may ganun akong nakuhang vibes from what he put in this show. And also, parang he's a good kisser, no? Every time. Kinikilig talaga. Every time nagmamamal sila ni Boyong, parang, and it's usually like in it's either against the wall or patago or alam mo naman, hilig natin. Baka ko lang, hilig ko yung mga ganyan.
Magpatago?
Against the wall, ganon.
Wow, okay.
Woo-shik. Parang, you're a good kisser, As in, sobrang kinikilig talaga ako every time may eksenang ganon. And I feel like, since we see him enough in variety shows at nakikita natin yung Kengkoy side niya.
I love him so much.
Nakikita mo rin siya sa show na to. Alam mo yun, it's so integrated in his character. Like, his kulit stuff. Kasi nga yung character niya, he's a man with a mask on. He's always smiling, pero ang daming tinatago, ang daming kinikim-kim and all that stuff. And baka later na lang yon for the heavier question, but I love how he used nga that Kengkoyness that we know of him based on variety shows. And then he used it in his character for this show. Yeah. So, hindi ko alam. I guess dahil din may merge na ganon because we know him from off-cam, quote-unquote, and on-cam. And this is like a merge of his personalities in the show. Kaya extra, ayun, in love si ate. Kilig na kilig ako every time na nanonood. Oh my God. Gusto siya yung boyfriend. Oh my God. Woo-shik. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm sorry, tinatalo niya si Kim Sono for this show.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, they
did.
Like, sorry, I'm so sorry, KSH. Pero dethroned talaga siya.
Ready ka bang matawag na Monica Pai?
Or
Sure.
Monpai. Monpai lang.
Monpai.
Monpai. Monpai!
Kasi
Oh my God,
naman,
parang
Monica po. Akala ko sasabihin mo, ready ka ba maging monshik? Monshik? Mali. Tanga pa. Di ba dapat sure?
Kaya,
Mali pa.
Monshik.
Hindi, pero mas nakakatawa yung Monshik. Yun yung tawag sa'yo sa press.
Okay.
Pag magkasama kayo.
Diba?
Andito na ang Monshik. Ganon.
Ushik
Correct.
and
Oo.
monshik.
Oo,
Ganon.
Ushik and Monica, Monshik. Or Wunika. Wunika Iha.
I think Monshik.
Wunika.
I think
Oo.
I
Monshik
think
is the
monshik.
best. Yeah, I think
Oo
it works
nga.
better.
And I
Parang mas
pegged
okay
that
yung
name.
Monshik. Oo.
I coined that name myself.
Oo.
So,
Oo.
good. Approved. Wow. Tapos maliban dun sa kay Wushik, wow, I realized I just gushed about him for
No
5
problem.
minutes.
Hindi naman.
Like, sobrang kilig na kilig ako sa second. Kilig din naman ako sa first lead romance story. But I also really loved the second. And kahit na masakit siya, it was like a more painful story. And it actually ended. It didn't end well in a sense na hindi sila nagkabalikan together. But they ended in peace. I mean, you know.
It's giving
with things-
25-21.
Yes, very 25-21.
And very
exactly.
much like past lives for me. Kung paano siya
Yes,
nangyari.
very
Yung
much
ganong
so.
klaseng
like that.
bittersweet ending.
Oo. Na lahat na latag, nasabi lahat ng gustong sabihin. Pero somehow, kilig na kilig ako sa kanila. Kasi yung push and pull of their relationship and then you seeing what went wrong, na tama naman si girl, pero tama naman si guy. So what went wrong? What should have worked? Whatever. And the lingering moments of yung mga titigan nila na may chance pa ba to? Or wala na? Tapos yung si second guy, what's his name? His character, si Jun? Tama ba?
Sojun.
Sejun,
oo. When he did that line na when suddenly he asked Sonjua, parang something along the lines of, ano ba to? Are we on our way back to each other? Parang may ganun siya. Na parang medyo na-shocked ako dun because I don't think I've ever seen or heard that line from a drama or anywhere before. Na, alam mo yon, na tatanungin na meron pa nga ba tong patutunguhan without like, I don't know, normally kasi when that happens, marami ng mga eksena na may kilig moments, alam mo yun, na may something na ito, like, lantaran out of the blue. Is this something that can happen? Parang may ganun siya. So, somehow, kinilig ako sa storyline na yun because it felt so real. It felt so
correct.
non-scripted. If that makes sense. Alam mo yun. And maybe it actually feels like it comes from something that happened talaga. Probably from the writers or something. Kasi buong siya eh. Very specific nung pangyayari na feeling ko talaga kung saan man nila hinugot yun, nangyari yun talaga sa kanila. Parang ganun. Yung
Or
nakuha
nangyari
vibes.
sa'yo as somebody who loves artists.
Hindi naman. Hindi naman nangyari sa akin.
Okay.
Pero na-feel ko yung ano. What could have been, alam mo yun, yung mga ganon. Parang, okay, got it.
Pero super duper agree. Like, sobrang gusto ko rin yung story nilang dalawa. And gusto ko lang din pala mag-shoutout kay Lee Jun-young who played the role of Hong Shi-jun. By the way, he used to be an idol. He was part of U-KISS and 97-liner din po siya.
97-liner din siya?
97-liner siya.
He was also in Love and Leashes. I loved him there so much.
And also like Imitation, one of those K-pop K-dramas na sobrang nagustuhan ko. Pero yun lang, parang natuwa lang ako sa timpla niya eh. Kasi akala ko pareho lang din yung gagawin niya na artist ako. Parang ganun lang. Pero like, as the show progressed, parang meron siyang side of him na nakita na hindi ko pa nakita dun sa dati niya din K-drama. And makikita mo yung, the arc of the story, I think he delivered it well. Na parang clear. Yung till the very end, yung sinusundan pa niya yung girl, diba? Sinusundan pa niya na parang, tapos na ba? Tapos nag-final kiss. Parang, I don't know, that would have been beautiful kung may nangyayari nga talagang ganyan in real life. kiss muna bago break, ganon.
Oo.
Sa magandang setting.
Hindi lang kiss. Alam, 'di ba? Minsan
Ay,
kailangan
ikaw
ng
yan.
breakup, Trevor.
Ikaw yan.
'Di ba? Hindi ako.
Sige.
May kilala tayo.
May kilala
basta.
ka?
Oo.
May kilala
Hindi. May kilala tayo. Tatandaan mo ba
So we
kung
have a
sino?
friend.
Oo.
So we have a friend. Okay.
May ganon. Kailangan may breakup, Trevor, muna. Para matapos ng maayos. Yun.
And even
Got
the
it,
girl,
got it.
even si Chua, magaling din siya. Like, I did not expect her to be delivering such a heartfelt performance.
I like her.
They were so good. The two as actors, no?
Oo. Si Jun, parang I love them here and get super na parang siguro yung character lang kasi parang tangina gusto ko siya sapake at some point. Oh my God, stop being a sad boy.
Get naman.
Super get. Sad boy siya. Pero super obvious naman yung niya, yung arc niya and stuff. And talagang magaling siya magpakita ng pain. Alam mo yun? Yung sad boy niya, hindi lang yung onsho, emo, hindi lang siya ganun. Parang may depth May depth naman yung sad boyness niya. Hindi siya yung parang paandar lang. Alam mo yun? So, mas believable. Ganda na nilang dalawa ni Ate Girl. Ganda ng chemistry nilang dalawa, honestly.
Ang ganda nga.
Yes. Gusto ko yung chemistry
nilang dalawa.
Tsaka yung mga arcs
nila.
Hindi
siya, cliche siya na hindi alam mo yun, parang struggling artist. Tapos may pinasok na, alam mo yun, galing siya sa mayaman na pamilya who thinks na hindi siya supported. Pero technically, parang supported naman siya in their own way. Alam mo yun? Kasi binibigyan naman siya ng pera, binibisit. Alam mo yun? Parang maraming factors naman to.
Correct.
Oo. Maraming factors naman for him to feel that way and all that. Pero point lang is, hindi siya yung sob story at my family hates me, but there's so much layers to it.
Correct.
And it showed so much of how life is, I guess, complicated. Which was pretty much the point of this film. You know, alam mo yun, ang daming complications in life, ang daming sabit.
Correct.
But somehow, na-feel ko talaga dun sa second lead story couple. Malakas din naman yun sa kay Wushik tsaka kay Boyong. Pero siguro mas klarong-klaro lang din sa akin yung dun sa second lead storyline kasi. Ang ganda.
Agreed.
Oo.
Kinilig ka ba, Trends?
Ako, nung start, di ba, parang medyo apprehensive ako. Kasi syempre, I loved Our Beloved Summer.
Yes.
Like, up until now, it is still OG for me. Like, after I watched Mellow Movie, nanood ako ng isang episode lang ng Our Beloved Summer just to get the feel of like how they did it. Kasi both series talaga, since it's helmed by the same director and written by the same writer, written by the same writer. Nakalang namang written by the same carriage driver. Writer. So, alam mo, may gusto ko lang ma-feel ulit kung ano yung, kumbaga, timpla nila kung paano sila gumagawa ng isang show. And, ang taas ng Our Beloved Summer talaga for me. So, when I started watching this, parang ako like, okay, sucks lang. Parang like, na-feel ko siya. Pero iba kasi talaga for me ang Wushik Dami combo. Para sa akin, parang, pag nakikita ko silang dalawa, parang pare silang quirky together. Parang they're like a quirky couple. Ganon. Boyong and Wushik, parang hindi ako as convinced. Pero as the show flowed on, parang doon ko na-gets kong, okay, hindi ito Our Beloved Summer. Hindi ito yung i-expect ko. Hindi siya kilig. Hindi kilig yung naramdaman ko. Kasi for me, this show is quiet. Alam mo yon, it talks about parang like the deeper, parang unsaid things. The things that you only share with friends. Alam mo yun? And it's a show that's very reflective. Parang yun talaga yung na-feel ko as I was watching it. Parang may magagandang moments as in between the couples and stuff. I wouldn't say it's kilig for me, but I guess depende na rin sa definition mo ng kilig. Kasi yung definition ko kasi ng kilig yung talagang sweep me off your feet. Yung ganon. Yun yung parang, oh my God, gusto kong maging ikaw, ganon. Pero with this kasi, parang mas reflective siya and parang pag, like, yung moments lang na yung when Wushik's brother si Wushik talaga eh. When, what's his name again? Yung
Kogyum.
character ni Wushik.
Kogyum. Joke lang.
Yun nga, actually na-mention pag sinatawag niyang Gyom, parang ko like, ano? Ay, Gyom ulit.
Gyomi Pie?
Gyomi Pie? Ay, shock me. Okay. So, nung namatay yung brother niya, and then like parang he couldn't stay in the house, so he decided to sleep in the car, and then yung sinamahan siya ni Mubi, parang kilig siya, pero hindi siya yung usual, oh my God, hindi siya kilig. Parang it's like a softer, calmer, deeper kind of feeling. Yun yung naramdaman ko. And I think that's how I appreciate this show. Parang, it's reflective talaga siya. Parang it hits you in places na parang kailangan ng immersion. Ayun. So parang for me hindi lang siya primarily like yun nga a romance,
a romance.
Parang it went beyond that, as in parang like at around like the fifth episode, doon ko parang like tangina, okay, I'm like watching this from the wrong perspective. Parang for me parang it's not a kilig kind of movie. It's a movie. It's not a kilig kind of show. Parang ganun.
Yeah.
Yun lang.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are my thoughts on that.
And the kind of the romance that it gave, the kind of love, it was the kind of love that you want. Alam mo yun. Tama ka eh. It's not the sweep you off your feet kind of thing na all gooey and guy kasi someone loves me, blah blah blah.
It started off like that, diba? With the whole snow and all that.
Yeah.
Pero yung transformation
like
yung amazing na parang caught me off guard.
Sunset kiss.
Exactly.
Yung may sunset kiss in the background.
With the
in
yellow
the background.
flowers.
Yeah. Ala, ano yun? My favorite
Ako Gilmore Girls ang anchor ko sa Yellow Flowers.
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice. Yung naman yung naisip ko doon. It's the kind of love na sana everyone gets. You know what I mean? Parang someone to be with, like truly be with, not just truly like the romantic the romantic notions of love.
Exactly.
Like, kasi yun sila eh. They became each other's other. Huh? Does that make sense?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That makes so much sense.
They became each other's other.
Yes. I think parang yun din yung parang napag-usapan natin before sa mga dating show na parang would you want to be with somebody na parang makes your heart flutter or somebody who calms you and it's like a more comfortable kind of love. Parang ganon. So I think that's what the Mubi and Kogyum showed. Like, thank you for sharing that because it made so much sense now in my head na, oo nga, totoo yun. Pero, grabe pa rin yung kilig ko dun sa yung nag-iossi si Boyong, tas siya yung dumakma eh. Kasi matangkad si Wushik, balit si Boyong
diba?
eh. Diba?
Kilig ako doon.
Grabe. As in ako talaga parang, pinag-iisipan ko pa, tatapusin, ano bang gagawin ko dito? Parang may ganun pa akong thought sa head ko. Biglang may ganung eksena, parang, hey, okay, panoorin natin ito. Bigla ako nagkaganon. Kaya parang, ang galing lang din ng moment kasi nafe-feel mo, parang, again, in its quietness, you could feel na medyo yung emotions nila nasa beyond the surface lang, parang nagsisimmer lang sa baba. Tapos ako, I'm used to seeing things like that. Matagal pa yan bago nila a-actionan, ganon. Pero dahil 10 episodes lang siya, in-action na nila kagad. Okay. Correct. Sa first episode, diba? First episode yun, bigla nilang nag-kiss. Okay. Good job.
Maganda din kasi how they edited it eh. Kasi there was a kiss and then in the next episode na lang nila pinasok yung montage na alam mo yun, magka-shooting shota na pala sila. I mean, gets my...
Nako.
They would follow, Wushik would follow her.
Shooting shota, yung term. Ganda.
Grabe. Ilan mga shooting shota?
Sorry, yung shooting shota ba, pwede ring shooting situationship?
Most of the time, pwede naman yung situationship. Kasi most of the time, ang shooting shota, after shooting, wala na. Kaya shooting shota lang.
Gets. Okay.
Shooting shota. Pero dahil binanggit ni Trency kanina, yung director and the writer. So that's Lee Na-eun, who is the writer, and the director is Oh Chung-won. And I also want to shout out because yun nga, just like Our Beloved Summer, there's like so much visual poetry in this one that yun nga, like what we mentioned, especially like on those scenes that are like the kissing scenes, it's so striking in your head. Like usually you'll remember like the kiss, pero tayo hindi lang yung kiss, we remember the snow falling, we remember the kiss and the sunset, and also the yellow flowers. Parang ang daming mga shots na parang from tight bigla nilang wina-wide, tapos pagka-wide wala lang, maano mo lang, ang ganda ng nakikita ko. Parang ano to, pwede tong pag-usapan sa Film 101 kung paano dapat tamang mag-frame ng mga wide shots.
Exactly.
Itong mga example.
Yes.
Ganyan.
And then
And also
nakakatuwa.
lighting.
Kasi parang ano siya, I mean, and then the fact that you know na it's a show about love for movie. Parang nakaganon ka din kasi parang alam mo na marami siyang references. Hindi ako like sobrang bihasa sa mga ganyan. Pero parang natutuwa lang ako na iniisip ko na paano ba nila kino-conceptualize yung mga shots. And I'm sure may reference yan sa isang film that they loved.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun? I mean, yung di ba yung nag-uusap sila dun sa may udon place. Tapos di ba parang biglang nag-slow down, tapos blurred na yata sila. Tapos parang sa utak ko kasi parang may nakita akong ganung visual ng Chungking Express
doors ba yun?
Or something.
Pwede rin
pero
Chungking,
maraming, di ba? Parang maraming mga like auteur kind of like films na gumagamit ng ganung shots or something.
Actually, Wong Kar-wai was very, very evident here. Yung lighting nila sa bar vide.
Vide ba? Never naman nagkaroon ng
vide.
Oo.
Hindi kasi video shop siya dati. So, ginawang vide lang.
Talaga, hindi talaga na inano. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Diba yung blues and reds colors? Tapos eksenahan yun si Jun tsaka ni Jua. It's very, very Wong Kar-wai, that kind of lighting. Very, very Chungking. Ayun.
Correct.
It was so obvious na there's so much love for film. Like, I love how they reference the great films. Very basic if you think about it.
Correct. Cinema Paradiso.
Correct, actually.
Cinema Paradiso. Il Postino. And then they were showing
meron pa silang Joker.
George Méliès. Méliès, I forget how to pronounce it. When they were projecting on the wall. Tapos yung may isa pa akong favorite na reference I forget. But anyway, tas tawang-tawa ko dun sa reference sila nung yung nasa film school sila, tas nag-uusap na,
oh my God, I was gonna say.
Yeah, Kubrick.
Correct.
Yeah,
exactly.
Wong Kar-wai. Tas sabi ni Movie, Love Actually. Tas parang and I kinda, sobrang tumutok yun sa isip ko kasi naalala ko talaga na may conversation within friends, I forget who, na parang kumbaga, you know how sometimes, I guess as arts people, baka me, like syempre marami akong mga artist friends and whatever, so they would like, name drop all these directors and show so much, so much knowledge on their videography, filmography, whatever, and I'm like, but I love Jurassic Park. Alam mo yun? Parang I feel like I feel so basic because I love Jurassic Park. But like they keep talking about Kubrick and Hitchcock and all that.
Exactly.
Nothing wrong with that. Pero sobrang na-feel ko talaga si Movie nung time na yun. Nung eksena ngayon.
Sobrang hard agree. Like especially as a comm major na my track was film. And usually, yung mga class ni Quark, he would always invite yung mga filmmakers of the time. So, sobrang clear sa akin. So, all of these filmmakers, they would come to class. May mga bata-bata pa noong time na yun, mga medyo fresh grad, tas meron na silang career. And ganyan, they would always say, mga Kubrick, mga ganyan. Parang, okay, whatever. So, parang after the class, sobrang clear nito sa utak ko. So, parang sa tabi ng Comdep, Smoker's Pocket Garden. So, college pa ako noon, nag-yosi ako. So, nandyan ako. Tapos parang clear na clear sa utak ko si Dan Villegas. Nakatayo doon, nag-yosi. Kaharap niya si MT, the great MT of Comdep and Ateneo. Tapos, ang tagal-tagal na usapan nila and he kept raving about My Sassy Girl. As in, sa utak ko, medyo na-roll eyes ako na parang, ano na namang pelikula to, mahirap na namang panoorin, gusto na, parang yun yung sa utak ko because that's how I saw them. Like, that's all that they could talk about.
Yeah.
And no, that time he was already a cinematographer. He was like presented as that. So parang, okay, yan na naman, ganyan. And then, nung napanood ko yung My Sassy Girl, gusto kong balikan si Dan Villegas na, putang ina, sorry na judge kita. Okay lang pala sa'yo yung ganitong mga pelikula. I mean, maganda, hindi ko rin naman binababa yung My Sassy Girl. Maganda naman yun. Pero gets na parang, thank you so much. This movie is like
kumbaga,
so
hindi siya nosebleed cineast kind of like,
exactly.
Kind of like.
Pero I like na ganun din pinatunguhan yung ginagawang movie nga ni movie. Yung alam mo yun, parang like mainstream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like the point na kaya siya mainstream kasi it speaks to a lot of people. It speaks to a lot of our parang more similar experiences. And yung gusto natin na naiintindihan tayo ng it's a movie about storytelling. And how can you tell a story if only a few can understand?
Correct.
Diba?
Yeah,
parang,
exactly.
And also, if you guys want to watch a K-drama that references a lot of movies as well, one of my personal favorites is Run On. As in, sobrang yung dito naman, very direct yung mga reference. As in, bigla na lang silang nagiging characters dun sa mga movies na pinag-usapan nila. So quirky, it's so cute, and MC1, one of my 88 liners loves, is there. So, isama ninyo sa listahan nyo kung trip pa ninyong makanood ng mga ganitong klaseng type. Ang daming kagash-gash, pero kailangan nating pumunta na pag-usapan din naman natin that there's a lot of bigat also that was tackled here in this series. So, isa din sa mga recurring themes is, well, death. So, merong metaphorical, merong literal na mga klase ng death. So, para sa inyo, how do you find like how this was used and the different portrayals of death sa grief, there's change, there's moving forward, ganun yun nila ginamit yung death. And alin dun sa mga death storylines yung malakas yung impact sa inyo? Start with you, Chansey.
I really like na there's death in the show but they didn't show it. Parang alam mo yun, I mean yung primary expression of death is the death of the brother, di ba? But alam mo yun, but they never showed him dying. They never showed him suffering. Yeah. It's just that he's dead. Alam mo yun? And parang it just speaks to the finality of everything. Ganun lang. Alam mo yun, parang at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter or the struggle that you went through before you died. It's just that you died. Pero ang emphasis niya lalo is hindi yung struggle yung kailangan nating pansinin. It's really everything that happened prior to that. Alam mo yun? Parang mas parang mas lumilitaw tuloy yung buhay niya. And I super, super, super duper love yung babad nila na, alam mo yun, parang, yung, di ba yung kine-question na ni Guillaume, na parang, bakit hindi ko alam? Bakit hindi ko alam na ang dami pala niyang ginagawa? Alam mo yun? Why doesn't he tell me?
I don't know him pala.
Oo, I don't know him pala. And then sabi ni June na parang, hindi mo, parang you don't need to know. He just lived his life. And I think death is an emphasis on just living your life. Ang dating sa akin nung death niya and everything that happened prior to his death, parang, and knowing na his character is actually depressed, na he had actually wanted to die, but now confronted with the reality of him dying, na it's not his choice anymore to die. It will be taken away from him. Na death is life worth living. Alam mo yun? Suddenly, he wanted to live. Suddenly, he wanted to go abroad and experience things with Guillaume. Alam mo yun? Yeah. Kasi wala ka na choice. Mamatay ka ni. Diba? That's pretty much how it is. And then with the others, parang, ang dami. Sobrang daming emphasis on like things ending. But yun nga end of the day, it's not di naman definite ang end ng endings aren't negative. Parang it can always lead to a better path. Like yung relationship ni June and ni ang tawag to?
Suwa.
Ni Suwa, alam mo yun, parang nag-end yung relationship nila, that relationship quote-unquote died, but alam mo yun, parang it is an opportunity for them to start their own new adventure, which is the title of that 7th, 8th episode. Yung ano yun, parang yung reference to Up, I love. Mutangay na talaga.
Oo
Yung
nga.
lumabas pa lang yun, tapos yung bahay.
balloons,
Umiyak na ako kagad. Hindi ko kinaya.
Grabe.
My God. That movie
Grabe
always
talaga.
makes, oh my God, sobrang, basta itong part na to ng show, itong emphasis na ng show na to about like the relation, yung part na nag-struggle na sila trying to move forward and, be, like make sense of the world again because like the world doesn't make sense anymore. Alam mo yon, natanggal lahat sa'yo eh. Yung si Wushik, yung character niya, yung pagkatao niya nakaangkla sa kuya niya eh. Alam mo yon, wala na siyang aalagaan. Alam mo yon, so talagang
Correct.
disarray, sobra, and like I can completely parang empathize with that, and I think that moment talaga speaks to a lot of the things that people feel that they don't want to feel. And I really appreciate na they showed that.
Yeah.
Ayun, sabi ko ng balbal, dalbal.
Ay, super, like, grabe din talaga yung ano na yun. Sobrang laki ng impact sa akin yung parang sinabi ni Wushik, ng character ni Wushik, si Kogyum. Basically, na parang, bakit kapag may namatay, hindi naman, parang basically, the world doesn't stop when somebody dies. Nothing happens. Parang life just goes on. And it's really, literally just that. And parang malaki din yung impact sa akin because, like, we finally finished fixing everything out of the house that my late parents-in-law used to live in. And iba parang yun nga, like my husband doesn't want to step foot in that place anymore. Iba kasi parang it's just a space, pero wala may ang dami mong kasama and then that ni Kogyum na he was trying but he can't, parang ganon. Like super, I guess it's very relatable for those who are experiencing grief. Like even, I guess if you haven't experienced grief, at one point or another, kahit na yung tipong nag-break kayo ng boyfriend mo, tas favorite ninyong pumunta sa certain restaurant, ayaw mo nang pumunta doon. Maybe something like that feels like
parang yung bar, parang yung vide, di ba? Yung whole bottle scene. Na parang yung mga couples na hindi na bumabalik sa bar kasi nag-break na sila.
Pero grabe yun wala nang mga bar na nagpapa-bottle keep ng more than 1 year Lalo na siguro sa Korea. Like, sino pa niloloko ninyo? 5 years? Naka-bottle keep pa?
Nainom ka ba yun, Char?
Pag whiskey, to be fair, pwede. Ikaw, Mon, any of the deaths that that happened or anything you want to add to this?
The death that really resonated for me, of course, was related to filmmaking. Because, I mean, as you guys know, this is the end of my journey to filmmaking. This is, I'm working on the very last film that I am going to do. That I'm ever...
I was thinking about you the entire time, honestly.
I know. This show is me.
I'm
narcissist. But parang watching it, I'm like, wow.
Nag-echo yung mga experience
super echoing talaga. So, I mean, from the beginning, you saw the pain of filmmaking, pain of creation, yung that whole thing of movie growing up na hindi niya na-feel yung presence ng dad niya. Or basta naging resentful siya sa job ng dad niya, sa dad niya mismo, because nga, he's always busy in doing shooting. Alam mo yun? Like, napagdaanan ko yun. I mean, for me naman, more of like, I missed so much memories, I missed so much with my family because of all those shoots. So, I really missed out, on a lot of things. And I realized that, but pandemic, when everything stopped, when I realized na, wow, I have so much to catch up on because slowly ko lang din silang nakikilala ulit as people na hindi ko lang inuuwian just because it's time to go home. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Anyway, and then there was like the aspect of filmmaking na nakita rin natin kasi yung how it takes so much of your mind, body, and soul that you wanna quit. There was that scene, yung parang yung may isang kainuman sila sa, and then there was a director who said na, yeah, I'm gonna
Episode
quit already.
5. This is
Episode
episode 5.
5.
Oh,
Tapos
I
sabi
love
lang
that
niya,
scene.
because I love movies so much. But yun nga, it's taking a toll on me. And I wanna keep on loving films. So habang hindi ko pa siya hate, I'm gonna stop so that I will still love it. And those were my exact lines. I love movies so much and I don't wanna hate it. I love filmmaking so much and I don't wanna hate it. And while I still have love for it left, I wanna keep it that way. Because I feel like I was headed towards resenting it, hating it so much because it's so difficult and it takes too much of me and all that. And then yung sa kay director, yung him like realizing na, oh my gosh, the funny director, the big guy who ended up becoming a producer. Na nakakatawa, by the way, na parang napaka-stereotype niya na, yung mga director, nangongolekta ng sapatos, laging nag-video game. Ano yun?
Ano nga siya?
Napaka-stereotype.
Ano yun? Successful otaku siya? Ano yun? Successful.
Oo.
Successful otaku.
Correct.
But anyway, parang him realized na wash out na ba ako? Pero later on in his journey, she ended up funding movies, films. So alam mo yun, natauan siya na, hey, I can be a producer. This can be the new leaf, new page to my career. No, I don't have to be a producer lang, parang ganon. Anyway, point lang with all this is seeing so much of these aspects on filmmaking, and I guess reflecting on those being, yun nga, nag-resonate lahat yon sa pinagdaanan ko at pinagdadaanan ko. Na-feel ko yung depth of this journey, this era of my life or something. So kumbaga, sobrang naka-ankla talaga ako dun sa director nga who said na, I'm gonna stop now while I still love it. And hindi ako sad. Hindi naman ako sad about it. In fact, if anything, this show, I was gonna say movie again. This show made me realize or it gave me a little bit more confidence on my decision to leave, if that makes sense. Because like, lalong, kumbaga, kung ano man yung nararamdaman nila, ibig sabihin nararamdaman ko rin. So, ibig sabihin nararamdaman siya ng lahat. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ako nag-sell out or hindi ako nag-give up. Parang, it just so happened, ito rin din yung nararamdaman ko. At nahihirapan na ako. And it's time to move on. So, and it's okay. Alam mo yun?
Yeah.
So, at nakita ko yun sa show. So, it's the kind of death that is giving me life, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So,
lalo na yung
nag-close
Semana
ako ng
Santa.
chapter. Oo nga. Nag-close ng chapter. But now, it's time for a new
Correct.
leaf.
Parang it brings me to yung theater concept natin of create and destroy. Alam mo yun? Parang if everything is cyclical, alam mo yun? Parang like, yes, may finality of death, pero within life, parang when things end, there will always be a beginning to something new.
Na parang si Kogyom na dati siyang actor tapos naging movie critic. So si Monica ngayon, podcaster.
Correct. Tama. Yun ang ating transition.
Tapos a year and a half later, makikita niyo akong nag-a-apply for a travel agency.
So, rally tours. Girl, sa'yo na kami pupunta pag kailangan namin ng Japan visa, ha?
Tapos si Monica, yung shooting shota niya naging forever. Wow!
Wow!
Ganon.
I mean, itanong ako, would you let go of your passion for film, for a shooting shota na forever?
Depende kung sinong shooting shota.
Si
Wushik, oo.
Ay,
okay.
Si Wushik ang aking isa iaalay. Oo.
Pero grabe, thank you for sharing that with us and especially to the listeners kasi ang lakas maka-vulnerable and I'm sure a lot of people, even if they're not going through the exact same thing because not everybody has a chance to work in movies like you do. But a lot of people, I guess, like, when you look at that industry, it's so like glitzy, it's like glamorous. That's how people see it. And I'm sure it's a dream job of a lot of people. So parang it's nice for them also to know that, go ahead. Gawin mo yung dream job mo. Because I know that once in your life, it also was your dream job. But it happens.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes even if yun na talagang pinakapangarap mo, okay na ako eh. Parang may ganun eh. So, I guess it's like a good reminder also to everybody. And it came to you at the perfect time. The series
I guess, yeah. So siguro dahil mas kalma, feeling ko nga kung hindi to nangyari sa akin, kung if I saw this film maybe like last year, or film na naman, if I saw this show last year, siguro mas hinagulgulan ko siya or something. Ngayon kasi parang mas decided na kasi ako on my actions. So I'm literally just closing. I'm just, I've begun to close shop already and I'm just doing the final steps na lang. So, hindi na ako as emotional about it. And I'm actually quite proud of my decision. And like this show made me, like what I said, made me feel confident pa about it. But I also want to share also na sobrang I appreciate the show because for show on the filmmaking aspect. I mean, hindi lang kasi puro pain of creation yung pinakita niya eh. There was also the beautiful side to it. Like, for example, the people who believe in you, and that's Sua, who just kept on believing on
Jua pala siya.
Jua, sorry. The people who believe in you no matter what. Like, he will always be there. Kahit na hindi mo nakikita. Akala mo wala sila doon, pero nandun sila. And nakita ko siya kay Jua. So parang na-remind, as in every time, especially in mga first few episodes, every time I would see her, naalala ko yun nga, yung mga people who still tell me na, but you did great, or, the ones who have been supporting me all the way from beginning to end. Yeah, the cheerleaders of my filmmaking career. And also, tawag dito, it still makes me feel alive. It still got me excited. Nung nakita ko yung mga sets, alam mo yon, yung mga eksenang ganon, it'll always be exciting. So, there's still beauty in there. Although, meron lang akong kasi nung si Movie ay PA pa lang, lahat ginagawa niya, pati yung pag-move ng ilaw.
Medyo na-confuse ako sa role niya. Parang why is she everywhere? Parang, ano ba siya? AD ba siya? PA ba siya? Hindi ko maintindihan kung anong role niya din.
Okay, make sense.
5 years after director na siya. Tama ba yun? 5 years director ka na. Parang bilis nung pag-angat niya sa industry.
May chance naman.
Considering wala naman siyang sponsors. Wala naman siyang parents na pwede produce yung pelikula.
Correct.
May chance naman.
May
chance naman, but I guess very rare Pokemon. Pero lang ako, I mean, alam ko naman ang mga PA all around, pero parang, una, ginagalaw mo yung ilaw. Teka lang, bawal yan. Gaffer lang pwedeng gumalaw ng mga ilaw. Alam mo yon. Tapos biglang nagbibit-bit siya ng props. Fine, okay lang naman kasi minsan kailangan talaga ng tulong ng art department. Tapos mamaya-maya nagsasabi na siya, humihirit na siya yung sa script na parang, chapchapin niyo yung ganitong kamay kasi ganito.
Correct.
Kasi kasama siya dun sa meeting.
Oo nga.
Actually, with that in mind, gusto ko lang din i-point out yung parang, in fairness kay Guillaume sobrang close niya sa director. Parang,
actually.
Diba? Because his love for filmmaking.
At siya pinapapasok sa set. Alam mo yun?
Diba? Actually, at nakikisakay ko sa bus. Parang like, girl, hindi ka kasama sa food count.
Correct.
Oo nga.
Na parang,
hindi ka kasama doon. Exacto yun.
Ganun ka lang ka-charming na lahat na ng tao kakilala mo. Tapos walang nakaka-realize, wala ka eksena today.
Correct. Diba? Oo nga, nakakanakaw pa siya ng costume.
Yung yung pinaka ko, yung, ninakaw mo yung balbas niya?
Oo nga. Nasaan yung makeup department?
Ikaw lang nag-apply niya.
Ninakaw siya ng balbas.
Correct.
Gulo. Gusto ko yung isang scene pa, yung parang yung, hindi tayo pwede mag-shoot kasi nagsusnow na. So, pack up na tayo, ganyan. Tapos biglang, Movie, wala ng tao. Parang, Movie,
iniwan na lang siya.
Wala nagsabi sa'yo.
Pero alam mo,
wala na lahat.
Tawang-tawa ako dyan kasi meron akong na-encounter na ganyang similar. As in, yung art director ko before, so
Oo.
nagsa-shooting sa location shoot siya. And then, she decided to go back to the car to like
Oo.
breathe. Alam mo yon. Sabi niya, I'll give myself 30 minutes. Alis
Oo.
muna ako ng set. Tapos nakatulog siya. Paggising niya, pack up na, lumipat na, bumaklas na sila sa ibang sa ibang
Oh my
lugar.
God.
Tapos parang
Oo.
siya, wala man lang naghanap sa akin, wala man lang nagsabi sa akin na
Sakit.
move, baklas na to the next location. As in,
Oo.
hurt na hurt talaga siya. Like, she was,
Oo.
the
I'm
parking
sure.
lot was, yung usual nandun lahat ng mga service, yung mga
Oo,
tent,
correct.
wala nang laman, siya na
Oh
lang
my
Oh my
naiwan.
God! Kanino
Wala.
sasakyan niya? Tapos iniwan siya?
Sasakyan niya.
Ang hassle! Wala man lang
Kaya
nakapansin na
tawang-tawa
parang,
ako nung tawang-tawa ako nung yun nga, yung snow eksena. Kasi parang, oh my God,
oo.
yun yung nangyari sa kay ganito. As in,
Gosh. But yeah, I mean, ako, like, when it comes naman to, like, all these mga pinakitang mga deaths, biglang bumalik sa death, from the tawanan.
Oo.
Sorry, just
Death is funny
to
too,
shift it, to put it back. Pagtawanan na lang natin yung death. De, joke lang.
Oo.
Pero parang, yung, sa lang din, because of this conversation, parang dun ko lang din nakita na, ang galing lang din how Mubi and kind of gave her comfort to Kogyom, because considering that Mubi could have easily said, oh, alam ko yan, ako din, namatay yung tatay ko eh. Pwede naman siyang gumanon but she just simply was present. And for somebody who's going through something, that already means a lot. Yung bigla na lang siyang nakipag-live-in.
Oo, isang gabi.
Tapos ang sabi pa niya, basta hindi ako mahulay ng nanay ko. Girl,
magkapit na kayo sa'yo, girl. Ano ba?
Tapos wala pa ng effort na sumilip ka sa bintana bago ka lumabas ng bahay.
Exactly. Tsaka alam mo naman kung ano oras na alis yung nanay mo para pumuntang butcher shop niya, di ba? On the dot yan, tapos sasubayan mo pa, te?
Tapos masyashock ka?
Oo nga. Ano ka ba? Sko Lord.
But I super like that, and also yung kay Si Jun, how he offered support. Sobrang bro lang, na parang, okay, dito ka na pala matutulog, bigyan kita ng supplies. Parang parang napaka-bro move nun. And for me, isa din sa mga super favorite and ang dami kong iyak na scene was nung nakita ni Wushik yung Yossi dun, ni Kogyom, yung Yossi dun sa polo ng kapatid niya. Tapos, kakakuha lang niya nung Lagavulin na iniwan ng kapatid niya dun sa bar. And, umupo lang siya, tapos nagyosi siya ng hindi marunong. Ang galing kayo niya humithit. Tumigil nga siya. Diba?
Nag-vape din yan. Oo. Nag-vape din yan. Kasama niya si yung nag-vape yan along.
Tapos, ubo-ubo ka? Ang galing mo humithit. Si Boyong halatang hindi smoker kasi hitbo diba?
Correct. Oo.
Si Wushi kasi niloloko mo. Pero yun, that was such a touching moment, and I really loved how it was really just very quietly shot, and he had that sort of closure with his brother. Tapos next scene, nakita lang natin siyang nakahiga na lang. Parang ang sakit na hindi lang siya masakit, there's a sense of comfort as well in that scene. So that's like one of the things na sobrang nagustuhan ko. And I guess it's time for our last question. Medyo na daplisan na ni Monica, but maybe there's more that you would like to add to it. Kasi sa akin din, isa sa mga sobrang natouch ako dun sa mga lines in the series nung sinabi nung favorite director turned producer natin. Sinabi niya na some stories need to be told at a specific time of your life. And inulit din yun ni Mubi sa utak niya nung na-realize niya na, okay, sige, kailangan ko nga gawa ng paraan to have this movie made. So, on a personal level, para sa inyo ba, mag-iiba ba kung pinanood niyo siya dati? Mon already kind of answered it, but is there something you want to add to what you said about it? Or meron bang story na gusto mo talagang, na feeling mo kailangan mong, that you need to tell at the specific time of your life?
There's this other angle, actually, storyline, na yung resentment ni Mubi sa dad niya for not being present Naalala ko kasi, when I was much, much younger, I kind of felt that way too towards my father because he worked far from us. And we'd only get to see him every 3 months or something kasi nasa bundok siya. Yun yung trabaho niya. Anyway, it was refreshing to see it now. Because obviously when I was much younger, I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand why he was doing it and my resentment for him, why it developed na maging ganon. Siguro, ang ganda lang to see it now because buong-buo na yung thoughts ko on what happened back then. Like, if I were, kumbaga, I have a better understanding of what went down. Like, why the relationship between me and my dad didn't develop as much. Kasi I used to blame it nga on him being away. When in fact, I also could have been a bit more understanding. Maybe. And then there was that guilt nga, which movie also realized. Like, should I have done more so that I understood him better? Para I didn't hate him? Because I also had that. Parang bit-bit ko rin siya for a while. But anyway, point lang naman is, since kahit pa paano planchado ko na yung chapter na yun sa buhay ko, seeing it in this show made me appreciate what I went through, if that makes sense. Kumbaga, hindi ako naiyak, hindi ako na lungkot, na napaisip lang, parang napalook back ako na, yeah, pinagdaanan ko rin yun. And I'm so glad that things are better. Parang ganun yung reaction ko towards that storyline. So yun, parang yun na lang siguro yung add-on ko on your question.
How about you, Chancy?
For me, I think parang this came at the perfect time because it's a story parang not just about like, lovers and all that, but it's also largely about family. May mga, like, they focused on the lovers, but like maraming snippets of like how family is to you. And like, as we are older, parang, alam mo yun, we see the inevitable finality of certain things, diba? I mean, some people are already there now, diba? Pero parang for my experience, parang papunta na ako dun. And like, siguro, death is an ever-present thought, diba? Parang people around you, the ones you loved, you've encountered throughout your life, parang they've started like, passing on and stuff. And I think I'm already pre-grieving my parents. So, parang, alam mo yun, parang kaya na-hit talaga ako ng malala. Especially na parang yung naiyak ako. Yung sa bahay ni Nawushik, parang ang dami lang mga handlebars. So, like, my dad kasi is having a hard, like, he can't walk anymore. So, like, seeing that on film, on screen, alam mo yun, parang, and knowing the necessity of that in that space because I live that, alam mo yun, parang wala lang, it's like your life just reflected in front of you, which, going back then to what the movie asks continuously is, parang, ano ba ang, does life reflect the movies or do movies reflect life? So parang may ganung siya, relatability. And I like then yung primarily with the brother, and then like yun nga, parang with my sister being far away from me, and alam mo yun, parang yung connection lang na gano'n na masisever because they're not with you anymore. Alam mo yun, like, kung distance ba yan or talagang physically they're not with you, parang nagre-reflect back siya sa akin. And then it brings me to that parang quote na I read somewhere na parang, and I think Pia also brought this up in one episode before, I think, na parang, for in your family, your parents are with you for a part of your life, and you at sa part ng buhay din nila. Pero your siblings, you're together for most of your life talaga. So you live your life with alongside them. And iniisip ko yun while watching Wushik and his brother. June, di ba? Tama, June's relationship. Na parang, alam mo yun, end of the day, when they pass, kayong dalawa lang. Alam mo yun. And dalawa lang din kami ng kapatid ko. So parang, and my mom always tells this to us din na parang, dalawa lang kayo. Kayong dalawa lang magtutulungan. So parang, yeah, you just really need to keep those relationships close. And I think that's really what the show is trying to tell us. Na parang, alam mo yun, during the hard times, the people around you are there to help you out. You know, open your life to them. I mean, ayun naman yung problema ni Wushik. Yun yung problema ni
Movie.
ni Movie, 'di ba? Parang they're just so walled up. But it took them opening up to someone, and that's, showing their vulnerability to each other, that they were able to like really move on and, carve a new path for themselves. Alam mo yun, see life in a different way. So, ayun. And then another moment that I really like, na sobrang dinaplisan lang pero sobrang natamaan din ako nung after na matanim yung mga flowers, 'di ba? So si Movie was there and her mother came, and then they had this moment where the mom was saying sorry to her, apologizing for not loving her the way that she deserves. And then Movie was also apologizing na she could have been a little bit more understanding of her mom and all that. And then may flashback sa mga ginawa ng nanay niya. Mothers try their best. Yo! Alam mo yun. And like, especially now that I'm like, my relationship with my mother is, parang I feel like it's the best it's ever been. And it's because we're just trying to understand each other. Like, we still fight and all that, but like, end of the day, it's not about egos, it's not about all that. It's just about parang being able to see the goodness in each other, and knowing na end of it all, it's just all about love. So I really like that moment then. So yun. Ayun. So this, ngayon ko lang kasi natapos. So parang medyo ngayon lang ako nakakapag-reflect na parang tangin ng bigat nitong tangin ng show na to. Parang now that I'm like reflecting on it, it's just so fucking quiet. It's so quiet, but it's just so beautifully so na it's really worth another watch, I think, na so you can really immerse yourself in everything that's happening. True. And perfectly acted. And also Wushik talaga is just the
executed.
Thread. Oo. Kasi, siya he's light His lightness, alam mo yun?
Yeah.
Yung iba kasi have a tendency, not tendency, but maybe their characters are just that. But, alam mo yun, yung lightness niya is what just, you gravitate towards it eh. So, yun lang. Hamlet ha.
Big hugs. Again, like yun nga. It reflects everything that's happening, and presence, I guess, is what I want to say. We'll just be here and we'll be present for whatever it is that you'll need or might be going through. For I mean, all of us, we all have like our friends as well, bigger group than this as well. I guess that's what I want to know. Hindi lang ako masyadong hirap. Ang dami ko rin kasing personally mga pinagdadaanan. Kaya like the mom aspect as well, like when you were talking about that, because that's also something that I was holding on to this whole thing, because I guess it's just, I don't know, I guess it's a stereotype that a lot of mothers feel, that sometimes just let me say it like this, but I guess just allow me to say it because it's a perspective of a mother. But sometimes dads don't need to do much. All they need to do is show up. And once a dad shows up, that's enough. That's enough for a kid. But a mom does not just show up. A mom does so much more than show up, and it's never enough. And it hurts. And so I guess that's the whole thing na parang the mom didn't have to say sorry. She did her best, and it was never recognized. But that's reality. And the mom doesn't show up, doesn't do that to be recognized anyway.
Yeah.
That's not the point. It's just a mother's love. That's just how it is. And not to say that dads do the bare minimum, ha. I don't say that that's what all dads do. But I'm just saying that sometimes, yun lang yung kailangan. And na-feel din naman natin na si Mubi, yun lang din naman talaga yung kailangan niya. She just wanted the dad to show up.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pero yun. So, I guess, I guess, parang, I finished this a little while ago, pero now that we're talking about it, parang ngayon yung naging perfect time for me to reflect on a lot of things. But, yeah, I guess, short of saying, ihag nyo mga nanay ninyo. Dami kayong mga nakikita at hindi nakikitang ginagawa nila para sa inyo. And they deserve a hug. Kahit naawayin nyo sila after, okay lang yan. Away kayo, pero hug nyo lang din sila.
Oo.
Deserve din nilang matalakan minsan. So, while we are in our tears and still so emotional, bigyan na natin ng ating rating out of 10 itong pelikulang ito. Pelikula. Ang kulit natin.
Pelikula naman.
Kasi dapat melo kay drama na lang.
Oo nga, bakit movie? Ito naman si Movie, ba't di siya pinangalan ng, I don't know, K-drama, melo K-drama. Okay.
Pangal niya, K-drama.
Oo. K-do-rama. Bye. May pie pa rin. So, ano rating ninyo out of, sige, 5 na lang din tayo. Out of 5, how do you rate this whole series? Sige, I can start. I am giving this, actually, parang originally when I watched it, parang, okay, I might give it like a 4. Pero like, after talking to you guys and like, processing everything, I'm actually gonna give it a 4.5. So that's my rating. Mon?
I'm giving this a 5. It's simple, straight to the point, nothing too frou-frou. Wala siyang, I mean, imagine meron siyang time jump, but a time jump that's pleasant.
Correct.
You know?
Correct.
Gusto ko lang i-share.
Guys.
Oo. Pero gusto ko lang i-share. Dun sa time jump na yun, prior to that, may conversation sila. Tapos sabi ni Guillaume na parang, yung buhay hindi siya parang pelikula. Kasi parang on the blink of an eye, with the blink of an eye, tumatanda ka na. Tapos biglang, 1 year later.
1 year later. Diba? They were poking fun on things too. They know it. Alam mo yun?
Exactly.
Well written, well planned. The visual representation. Sorry, nakalimutan kong i-mention to, pero yung sobrang favorite ko when the two, kasi diba they're so walled up, but then when they decided to share their secrets, they enter this tunnel. They were doing they were on a drive, diba? And they enter the tunnel, and then the episode ends. Kasi next episode na in-explain nga yung mga secrets and all that stuff. I thought it was so beautiful, man. I mean, basta ang dami niyang mga visual representations on everything. That's very simple. It's poetry. It lingers. You remember things. The acting is top-notch. It's a kind of simplicity that's so rare. You don't see it in K-dramas, really.
You don't.
Because ang tendency ng mga K-dramas is kind of go over the top. Kahit na well-written and all that jazz, there's still a little bit of something na, alam mo yun. Dahil K-drama pa rin siya.
More drama than mellow.
Yeah. Or they held their ground. Very, very similar talaga to, in that sense, similar to Our Beloved Summer, that they really kept it according to plan. Like, alam mong,
ang daming
hindi sila magpapasway.
Daming restraint, I must
Hindi sila magpapasway na, hindi, hinahanap ng audience ganito. Alam mo yun. Nope.
Oh my God, guys, walang PPL.
Walang PPL.
Meron, pero
Tera,
pero
beer.
maganda yung
Pero
pagkakagawa.
normal kasi
yung
yun
beer.
Mm.
Ikaw, Trans, what's your rating?
Ako, same with Pia, parang after watching it, parang ako like, it's beautiful. Pero parang ako like, okay, chill lang. But now with like more reflection, I would give it a 5, as in. Parang, and yun nga, I like what you said nga, it's just, there's just so much restraint. Alam mo yun. And the story is so simple, alam mo yun, parang kumbaga yung simplicity ng story, dinaan nila yung complexity with how they told it. Anyway, so yun, that's why I'm giving it 5. Also because ang galing din ng cast, and also Wushik talaga. Wushik is like, walang tulad sa kanya, honestly. Like now that I'm thinking about it, he is kaya siya friend si Taeyong. Pare sila ng vibe eh. So baka gusto rin ni si Taeyong.
Paano naging pareho yung vibe ni Taeyong tsaka ni Wushik?
Hindi naman sobra, pero parang may quirkiness
Really?
silang dalawa na parang like, huh? I mean,
sila nga yung ganyan sa Jenny's Kitchen sa Mexico. Yung dalawang school bukol.
Oo, medyo school bukol na adorable. Alam mo yun.
Na parang pagbibigyan mo na lang. Oo. Wushik, Monshik, alika na. Kailangan, nasan ka na, dapat nasa grocery levels ka na rin para ma-overtake mo si Kim Son-ho na nakikita namin sa Mr. Muscle at si Park Seo-joon na nasa Century 2 na. Your move, Wushik, and your move, advertisers sa Pilipinas.
Ba't natin mention si Dino? Or hindi ba siya kasama sa ano to?
Kay Sono lumaban si Wushik. Si Dino nasa ibang part ng puso yan ni Monica.
Nasa right area. Oo, nasa right. Ano pangalan nun? Atrium.
Electrical.
Sa leg part.
Leg part.
Nasa leg part ng heart.
So, kayo naman, mga Sarang Baes, na in love din ba kayo kay Wushik? Did you also love this film? Did you also love this series as much as we do? Let us know your thoughts. Pag-usapan natin. Ang dami pa naming mga input. Pero, hindi na namin kaya pang i-extend kasi oras na para maglaro kami ng game. Okay, so ito na ang aming game at sa mga Sarang Baes, kung gusto nyo sumali, leave a comment, let us know kung sino ang mga gagawin ninyo, sino yung mga ikakast ninyo sa game na ito. Ang game na ito, kunwari, hindi namin pinag-isipan ng mga 20 minutes. Kunwari, spontaneous ito. Pero nag-isip kami para naman exciting ang aming mga sagot. Because our game is about cast your own mellow K-drama. Mellow K-drama, hindi mellow movie, ha? So, pwede kayo nang bahala kung 10 episodes, 8 episodes, 16, 24. Bahala na kayo dyan.
Okay.
So, ang kailangan ninyong gawin, let me know sino ang female lead, sino ang male lead, second FL, second ML, and ano yung biggest problem that they will have to overcome, and how will it end. So, ang order namin, I will go first, and then next is Monica, and last is Trency. At dahil gagawin namin parang fantasy football, dahil fantasy naman to, no? So, pwede naman kami nang bahala kung ano mangyayari sa aming mellow K-drama. Syempre, ang ikakast ko as the female lead is myself. Dahil ang dream ko lang naman ay maging ingenue, quiet girl. So, yan ang aking character as a female lead. Effective ba? Hindi natin alam. Pero for the sake of this game, effective siya. At sino ang male lead? Dahil sobrang crush na crush ko talaga lahat ng 88 liners ngayon. Dahil sa'yo, GD! Ang gagawin kong male lead ay si Jung Hae-in. Grabe talaga. Sobrang crush na crush ko din talaga siya now.
Sobrang crush ko rin siya ngayon.
Grabe siya.
Parang iba yung attraction ko kay Jung Hae-in. Hindi ako, na-surprise ako na parang, siya?
Nawala kasi siya dahil sa Love Next Door. Charit.
Correct.
Pero parang lately naaalala ko kung bakit ako na-inlove sa kanya dahil sa mga dati. So anyway, si Jung Hae-in, siya ang magiging class president / Mr. Perfect of the university. Siya ang crush ng bayan. Yes, ang setting nito, college, university. Sino ang second female lead? Ang second female lead ay ang favorite best friend ng bayan, si So Hye-won. Siya ang nandyan pa rin sa lahat ng mga K-dramas, laging quirky best friend. Dito, syempre, gusto ko siyang maging rich best friend na laging nag-i-English. Kasi namimiss ko na siyang marinig mag-English. Go! Gusto natin marinig yan. And the second male lead, isa pa sa mga naging crush ko rin ulit lately, si Kim Do-hoon. Siya naman ang gusto kong maging iskul-bukol best friend ni Mr. Perfect. Kasi yung mga role niya, lagi siyang mga mas serious or parang time naman, pakita naman natin yung funny side niya. Parang gusto ko yan ma-explore. So what is the biggest problem na kailangang i-overcome ni female lead at ni male lead? Aba, sa first episode pa lang, malalaman ni Ingenue Quiet Girl na nag-one night stand sila ni male lead at siya ay nabuntis. Paano nila i-deal with itong situation na ito? I feel like it's something that hasn't been explored in any of the K-dramas I have watched. So,
Squid Game.
Naisip ko nga rin yung Squid Game eh. Pero parang iba kasi yung college levels eh. Yun kasi parang ready na si girl. Gusto na niyang mag-baby. Parang gano'n. Parang mas iba naman yung medyo bata-bata sila. So, paano nila yun gagawin? How will it end? Basta gusto ko happy yung ending. Ayun lang. That's for me. How about you, Mon?
Nakakahiya.
Hello?
Bakit?
Reflective ba to of like thoughts and feelings? Okay, so dahil na-share ko naman how much I love Wushik right now, syempre ang male lead ko ay si Wushik pa rin. At dahil fantasy to, syempre ang ikakast ko rin ay ang sarili ko as the female lead. You know, ang character ko would be a timid, shy girl, confident, kind of similar to the Walled characters that we saw in Mellow Movie. Pero syempre, injected ng quirkiness, ang Pinoy quirkiness. Dahil Pinoy ako. Tapos ang ating male lead ay si Latina. And then, si Wushik ay isang character na nagpupursige at pinaniniwalaan si ako. Si Ate Girl. Ako pala yun. Ate Girl. Ang aking second leads, dahil sobrang excited ako sa kanilang up-and-coming show, drama, and feeling ko rin sobrang bagay. I want to cast IU and Bogum. IU as my bestie. Kasi I can imagine IU as the type of bestie na lagi akong pinapagalitan. Anong pinagsasabi mo na naman, Monica? Anong ano yun? Kasi medyo malutong din ang tong ni IU eh. Alam mo yun?
Correct.
Grabe rin siyang mamintas and all that. Oo. Pero cute. Tapos si Bogum, siya yung boyfriend niya na laging, alam mo yun, umaaligid-aligid. Na akala mo, he's that kind of guy lang na, alam mo yun, parang puppet lang ni IU. When in fact, siya yung may may kilala. Siya yung may kilala kay IU. And he actually sees everything happening. So, siya yung tipong biglang suddenly may quiet scene na may magda-drop siya ng, pero alam mo, Monica, ganito kasi, blah, blah, blah. Parang mag-explain siya na, oh my gosh, nga no, parang siya yung mag-reveal na, why didn't I think of that? Parang ganon. So, ganong klaseng character.
Move the story. Yeah.
Oo, yun. Naakala mo tanga, pero hindi. Siya pala yung may alam ng lahat.
Correct. Cutie.
Tapos ang concern, ang problem na na-encounter ng character is basically my character wondering if I deserve to be loved. Hala!
Shit! Ano yung ending?
Siyempre happy. At may wall kiss din with Wushik.
May wall kiss! Yes, to wall kiss. Okay. Hallyu, nakikinig kayo. Make it happen.
Let's go!
Ikaw, Transil.
Ako, Mia. I'll start with the name of the show. It's called Cat Out of the Bag. In Korean, Cat Out the Bag. Imnida. Okay. So, ang premise ng show na to is, it's about learning life with cats, through cats and the people that have passed through your life. Ganon. Kasi it's rooted in this notion na parang cats are spiritual animals and they are attracted to people for a certain reason. It's to protect them, to, lead them spiritually, parang ganon. So, dahil ako isang cat lady, ako ang ikakast ko as the main lead, as the main cat lady. Ang ating male lead, ang cat dad, ay hindi pa nakakast. Kasi Universe, i-cast mo na. Universe, come on.
Hindi si DK?
Hindi kasi, I mean, grounded na tayo in reality.
Wow. Oo, pero magiging lead ka dito eh. Sa K-drama na meron.
Kung siya, Universe, go.
Okay.
Pero basta, bigay mo na. Bigyan niya maghintay. Okay. And then, ang ating ang second lead, medyo confused pa ako, pero gusto ko silang dalawa kasi. Kasi yung premise din kasi ng story is it's about the cat lady's journey through her life, and pero ang pinaka primary moment is her entering her 40s. And how the challenges of being 40 will challenge her. Parang ganon. Pero nagsistart na siya makaka-feel ng menopause. So yun ang entrada. Kunyari nakakatawa kasi oh my God, menopause, ganun, parang Sex and the City lang. Pero biglang mas malalim pa pala siya doon. Kung gaano kalalim, hindi pa natin nasusulat yung script. Check. Ayun. At ang ating mga kasama dito as the second leads are, for the female, gusto ko silang dalawa. Kasi I think they can lead me talaga. They're an inspiring characters in life to follow when you hit that age. Si Jung-hwa, tsaka si ate girl, as dumaan na, si Kim Ye-soo. Yes. Sila yung older besties. Mga madam na pag pumarty, akala mo si Jung-hwa. Akala mo pa. 20s pa, I love it. Tsaka pag manamit sila, parang alam mo yun, parang correct. Like, I will wear whatever I wanna wear. Yes, that is the peg. And ang ating male lead, of course, dahil kakapanood lang natin sa kanya, sa Trauma Code, si Joo Ji-hoon. Hindi male lead. Ating second male. Ayan. So, si Joo Ji-hoon. Para fun, di ba? Tapos parang niisip ko pa yung konting side story na para meron silang love triangle. I wanna see that!
Silang tatlo.
Oo, habang ako naghihintay lang for cat dad. So, hindi ako yung center ng story. Silang tatlo. Ang sad.
To be fair, minsan naman yung mga second lead ang nagtitake ng spotlight.
Correct.
So, sila na yun. Dahil
parang
lang,
at business proposal.
Ganyan silang mga kinast mo. So, how will it end?
It will end with me being a madam. But with my cat dad. Yon. Finding my madam powers as a cat lady. A cat madam lady. A cat madam. Yes. That's me. Yon.
So, Hallyu, alam namin nakikinig kayo. So, please, gawin na natin itong mga series na to. Payag din kami kung gusto nyo pelikula lang. Make our dreams come true. So, thank you so much sa our Sarang Base. Kung may mga sagot din kayo, share it with us. We really want to know. Follow us on our socials. We are on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And if you're enjoying our content, we would love your support. Please hit that follow button. Give us 5-star reviews. So YouTube, Spotify, and on Apple Podcasts. Your feedback helps us grow and brings more amazing content your way. Thank you so much. You're the best. Gumawo, Chegoya, and Sarang Hey!
Sarang Hey!
Thank you guys!
So kung ginost kayo, tapos bumalik yung ng ghost ninyo after 5 years,
oh my God,
tatanggapin nyo siya?
Shit girl, baka depende kung sino yan. Oo nga.
Gusto ko may depende
kung sino yan. Oo. Kung ito yung si the one that got away, putay na i-consider ko.
So hello dun sa Totga ni Trenzy.
Kahit na may anak na siyang dalawa.
Ilang taon na since the last
10 years na ata. Anong asawa niya? Hindi ko alam eh. Basta may anak na siyang dalawa. Hindi ko alam kung baby mama lang yun or pinakasalan niya. Basta
it's been 10 years. So, bumalik ka na, Totga. May chance pa.
Oo. Are you ready for 5 cats?